back a lane, corner lot, for sale sign is up. Grass could use a little touch up, but that's fine. We still have some time. We're doing some last minute things inside the house. Never fails the day we go live. We're always doing something last minute. We want to make it perfect. We're trying. So wreath day. I got one more bell wreath. I have a collection of rugs in my car. Okay, it's all good or home. Or no, hello. Hello or it's all good.
I'm gonna go with it's all good.
It's all good?
Yeah.
It is all good, isn't it?
Because we're close to the stadium, so it's all good.
It is, it's all good. We're close to everything here, everything, except for the short-term rental zoning. But besides that, it's all good. Last time we were here, the contractor thought he was done, and I was like, what happened to the post? I wanted these squared off. Remember they had like that spindle look?
Yep,
and I just felt
really
like that was dated, and we're doing, you know, some sharp color here. So, okay, I think the black rug goes good with this house, which I just happened to have in the back of the car. All right. Okay, and then I noticed that they were all ready for me. I already have a hook on the door. My wreath. I got my lockbox ready. And it hit the market about an hour ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we are ready to roll. There we go. I have this wreath at home. Everybody hates it. They hate the noise that it makes. But I'll come back and get the tags off here in a little bit. Okay, ready? Ready to see it?
Let's go check it out.
Okay. Oh, I love it. Okay, here we go. We're still working on some final touches with the staging. There are a few things that me and the stager are working on fixing. So there are some things that are getting changed. Some art's getting moved. We want to make sure that there's light in the right corners and the darker corners of the room. We need 3 light bulbs, a hammer, and a pen. Amber's still here working, and she asked not to be a video, but we're gonna do it anyway. Hi, Amber! Hi! So kitchen's all set up. We got it all staged. We got the knobs on. The last time we were here, the poles weren't here. There were 2 poles out of like 15. They're all there. They're all matching. It's good, finished. So bedrooms, we have 3 bedrooms, and I was a little worried. Remember I was saying how these bedrooms are really small?
They are kind of small.
Until you put the beds in them. So check this out.
Let's go take a look.
Check this out. So this is one of the smaller of the 2 secondary rooms, not the master. And this is a double bed.
Oh, that's
and
not
we
bad at
still
all.
have, yeah, there was still plenty of room. And I told Amber that the rooms were small, and I don't think she believed me. So she came and she put this one together. Everything I think went really well. I like the size. It had a lot more space once the furniture was in, which is another reason why I stage. Because in my head, I'm like, you can't fit a bed in here.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
It looks nice though.
Yeah, and there's room for nightstands, dresser, whatever. There's room. There's room. And we got a full size, good size closet. So yeah, so there's plenty of room for clothes, whatever you want to put in here. So secondary bedroom. The other one is a lot smaller, but I don't usually stage all the bedrooms. I ended up doing 2 in this one. I usually just do the master bedroom, but this room is similar in size. But again, it looks like you can't even fit a bed in here, but you can. So that one, I would say that full bed would go there, or even like a smaller bed here, just a double or a twin, and that should fit in here just fine. Okay, first bathroom. Here's the light bulb we're missing. We've got to replace that. Huge pet peeve. It's almost as bad as a flat mattress, so we've got to get all the light bulbs. We want them all on. I turn every light on. I do it at home too. It drives everybody crazy, but every light is on at all times. Like I'm in the kitchen, all the kitchen lights are on. So now this is the room that we're working on. She had a king bed in here, and it fit. But I just felt like it just took up a little too much space, so we removed the king headboard. It's in the garage right now. We're gonna put some artwork over the headboard, move that little stand in a little bit so you can see that this is a queen. So it's still got plenty of space. And again, I was thinking when I saw it empty, I'm like, nobody's gonna want to master this size. But once you get this queen bed in here and you see that there is room, it looks a lot better.
It's actually a pretty cute little house.
It is cute, I like it, it's cute. And then, let me see what it looks like in here. I might just do this, just because it is a nice tiled shower.
Shows off for sure.
Huh?
Yeah, definitely it shows it off a lot better.
Yeah, I don't want them to think we're hiding anything. It just looks cute to have that there.
This is not a bad little room at all.
I'm just saying though, remember, like we thought it was so small. And like looking at the square footage, like this is the standard size house. Why are these bedrooms so small? But then you empty them and then you put stuff in and then it just looks different. So we're actually gonna move that piece here. And we're gonna stick a mirror there. Nothing major, but just the little tweaks to make it look just right. So are we keeping the balloon dog?
Oh, absolutely.
She didn't say where. Did she say he's okay here?
She said he's good there.
Okay.
Just not in the master bedroom.
Okay. We got some tips and advice from my great friend Michelle in Washington, who used to do all my staging there. And so she did some FaceTime calls with us and told us where to move things to. And she said the balloon dog, she goes, let's take the balloon dog out of the master bedroom. I'm like, I really would have never thought that. She's like, what do we do with him? So there he is. Balloon dog. Oh, kitchen. Now that Amber's out of here, we can come in a little deeper in here. This is a hot mess. This is like a bomb went off in here, so we don't want to go in there.
Okay, not going.
I mean, you can go in, I'm not walking in there. There's drywall dust everywhere. You open the door and then the house is dirty. It's awful. So yeah, we got some pops of yellow. We got the big single sink. There's a little bit of, I'm not liking how that's mounted exactly. I'm not a fan of the dishwasher mounting, so I might have them redo that. I don't like that.
What's wrong with it?
Can you look at
Oh,
this? Looks terrible.
Yeah.
I'm like, TJ, look harder.
I was at a weird angle.
You're tall too, so us short people see everything at eye level. So just a few little touch-ups, but that's what we're here for today, just to make sure that everything gets touched up and looks as perfect as we can make it look for showings. So hopefully the showings start rolling in. It's been an hour and 20 minutes, so I haven't had one. I was supposed to have one actually this morning and they stood me up. I got stood up.
Well, if you're trying to sell the house, what's the price point?
$290.
$290. Wow, it's actually better than I thought.
Yeah, you wanna buy it?
I already bought a house.
You wanna buy another one? It's be a great rental,
It
not an
would
Airbnb.
be, but I can't.
Don't say can't.
I don't want to have two houses this close together. How about that?
That makes more sense. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. What do you want to see? Is there anything else here you want to see? I think we've seen all the square footage there is.
We've seen the inside. Let's go check out the backyard. Now that's
I'm like, nothing's
done,
changed, but
done.
let's go.
Okay.
We didn't do much out here with the paint. So the house is all white, black trim. We squared off the front. But remember, this house was already 90% remodeled when I bought it. We didn't put, I don't think, except for some furnace filters, I don't think we brought any supplies for the, and the rest of the knobs for the kitchen.
It wasn't much.
There was nothing. Yeah. I've never done a house without having to go to Lowe's or Home Depot or the supplies for something. So basically we've done light bulbs, knobs, and then we just put it back together. So this was a different one. It's not the typical remodel, but I think it still turned out great. Great location. Right across the street from a guy that works on some of my job sites, Caesar, who's amazing. And I called him this morning, like, can you come over and help me move a headboard? And he was on it. He's awesome. So he's like, oh man, Heather's over there. What does she need? But yeah, he came right over. He's gonna clean out that garage for us so we can go in there. It's so dirty in there.
Man, I cannot believe just how big the backyard is though. It's a good sized yard.
Yeah.
It's a really good sized yard. $290. That's
Yes.
a really good price point.
I hope so. So there's a couple houses in the neighborhood that aren't selling. They have started at $310, and when you do a search as a real estate agent, sometimes you do like in brackets, and I don't want to miss that $300 price point. So I wanted to go a little bit under that, and I'm wondering if that's why the one at $310 hasn't sold. So just to be safe, I'd rather go a little low. If it's super popular, then we'll get something more. Otherwise, I just want it sold.
Makes sense.
This is
especially because it's Plan B.
And it's planned like CDEF because it's not FHA.
Oh my God.
Because I didn't have it long enough. So
you didn't tell me that part. I didn't think about it.
Yeah, anything 90 days title. I have not held this house long enough to do an FHA loan, and this is definitely an FHA house. This is something that a lot of first-time home buyers qualify for FHA loans, and that's kind of what I'm targeting. Worst case, I hang on to it for 30 days on the market and then, remarket and target FHA buyers. But for now, I don't want it to sit empty and do nothing. So we are going to list it. It's already listed today, and hopefully get an offer.
Well, that's perfect. Cool. Where are we heading next?
Let's go to Rowlett. Closed on a house, actually closed on 4 this week. One of them is in Rowlett, and it's ready for me to go in and take a look. Today, actually, Nick is driving around to all the properties, and we're covering hose bibs, making sure water lines are insulated properly. We don't have any freezing pipes. Tenants are getting covers, so we're prepping. The last thing we want is a water leak.
Yeah, that's terrible around here.
So Rowlett.
Rowlett, let's head out.
Let's do it. Okay. 6025 Wheaton Way. This is the one that had the major foundation problems. We had to start with foundation, of course. And
this is also the house that blew up because we were talking about the snake bite on the other side of the house.
Oh, this is well, it might blow up again because you wait till you hear what's going on here. So, okay, so I don't know if we got it on camera or not, but I was telling you that it's baffling me with the foundation is twice that it's had some severe foundation problems. Like, why is this happening? There's got to be a problem. Is it a tree root? Is it, what is going on? There's got to be something. We figured it out, and it's not a cheap fix. There is a plumbing issue under the house, so it's probably been leaking for, gosh, who knows how long. And so we are now going to have to excavate under the house and replace all the plumbing. But great for the next home buyer. It'll be brand new, so we'll have a lifetime warranty on the foundation. We'll have brand new pipes, and it'll be great. It'll be great for somebody.
Horrible.
I know. So my contractor called me last night to tell me this, and yeah, that wasn't a great conversation. We're both like, there's a lot of cursing involved. It was like, come on, man. Is there anything else, you know? Because I maximized my budget on some other cosmetic things to make up for some money that we'd saved somewhere else. All right, so I haven't seen this since we were here last, and they started demo, and then we did a camera. That's how we found that out yesterday. So we stopped on the inside for now. Oh, it's cold in here. Jeez. So
you don't need
why
any
is
more
it so
insulation.
cold in here? It's cold.
Concrete?
I guess, but still it's cold. Okay, so we're still feeling a little wonky in my opinion. We've once we get the plumbing, I don't want to do any more work to the foundation until we figure out all the plumbing, so we'll get that done. And then we'll come in here and we'll make sure that it's level. We'll bring them back out here. But we do have one corner that's been saturated. It's like, why is it saturated? So, but everybody that has a specific trade seems to kind of hone in on what it is. It's the leak.
I never thought about it, and I don't know why it just clicked, but the foundation issues were from the water settling, and then that explains that massive gap right there.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Okay.
So, and they kept telling me, and again, this is my first year with so many foundations. I don't even know how many foundations we've fixed this year. But in my head, I'm like, they kept saying we need to dry out the front corner. I'm like, dry it out. That doesn't sound right. Something doesn't sound right. I'm like, dry it out from what? It hasn't been raining. Well, it has been raining, but then it tells me we have a drainage problem or something. I'm like, can't we address that? We need to address that. So that's what we did. Got the camera in here, and there was definitely a problem. When he'd sent me some pictures of what the camera looked like, the state camera, and I'm like, oh, is that my new granite for Arlington? I'm like, what is that? Like, oh,
That's water.
oh, that's not good is what that was. So, so yeah, so that's where we're at right now. We did the demo, basic demo has been done in here. We can't do any more until we fix the plumbing and drainage, and then we'll come in, we'll get the foundation guy back out here, make sure everything is where it's supposed to be, and then we'll start putting her back together. So we decided not to do this wall down because this room is just, this isn't a bedroom, but it's like an office, study, whatever it can be.
That makes sense.
And then,
This is gonna be an interesting build then.
yeah. So this room was, I think, already plenty big by itself. So that's why we're keeping that, because that's not a, doesn't really do anything more than separate this from that other room. It could be technically a fourth front bedroom. It's kind of a weird location for a bedroom, but I think an office would be great for that. And then we took out that doorway. We don't need a door there. I don't know why they stopped here. We are definitely replacing all of the cabinetry. So they might have had a full trailer. I'm not sure what the story was there.
Okay.
And the same with that stove is we're not keeping the stove.
Oh man.
Maybe somebody else is keeping it, but I'm not keeping it. So they've got a little bit more demo to do here, but I know that when they did that drainage, when they found that problem, I think it was kind of a hard stop. Like we can't really do much more. But one thing we were gonna do is we were going to try to salvage the bathrooms were in great shape. The tile was in great shape, the cabinets. And then when I thought I had that extra money, I'm like, you know what, just take them out. We're gonna do everything. I don't want like one little thing that we didn't do in the house and then everything else brand new. Like, let's rip it out. So let's see, he didn't rip it out, which it doesn't matter. I'm on the same page. I still think it needs to come out. And no matter, you put a new countertop on it, which it kind of looks like it has a new quartz counter. No.
Yeah, it's definitely wood. I can see the side.
That's weird. It looks like that new quartz, right?
It looks like it, but yeah.
It's not.
No.
It's not. And then this built-in was dated. I thought that the front of it was dated, so I told him like maybe we could do open shelving, just like some cedar shelving, or like that wood look in here, and just have some shelves, or we can just put like pantry type doors on it for added closet, because this is the master bedroom, and then closet spaces. I mean, I would want a little bit more closet space, so if we can salvage that and turn it into some sort of system for more clothes, shoes, we'd never have enough room for shoes, so that would actually make a really great shoe closet.
You and those shoes.
Never enough shoe space. But I mean, really, for a master closet, it's not that big.
It's not that big, but it's not bad either. Like, come on.
Whatever, TJ. Whatever. One day you'll have to come and see my closet. Yeah, so we need space in the closet. You want to see all your stuff, right? These windows, it's so funny, like how dirty they are, and then you clean them, and you're like, oh my gosh, there's nothing wrong with them. But these are just really dirty. These are gonna be fine. I think we talked about replacing that, but that might not be an option anymore. So far in budget, but maxing.
Really? Even with the
Even with it. So what had happened was we used a different foundation company that had promised, they promised a lower bid, and I said, okay, do you promise that if you aren't correct and you did miss something that you'll fix it? And he said, absolutely. So we're like, okay, so we went with something that was under our original budget there, so we had a little bit of room on that side. Not much, but a little bit. The plumbing was a little higher than I'm still like, my stomach's like, it's a little higher than I was expecting. Because we've had to chisel out the floor before. On my very, very first flip that I did, that house, everybody told me to tear that sucker down. It was bad. But I'm like, I'm not turning it down. I literally used every trade known to man on that house. Both sides of it were falling in, and yeah, so we had to cut the concrete to get to the plumbing. They redid all the plumbing, and I thought that's what we would do here. Which maybe we will. We're still talking about it, how we're gonna get it done, but I don't know why it's so much higher than that house. This house is smaller, but there must be more to do here. So I relocated the kitchen in the other one, so it might've just been a simpler line. So this one is actually great. This is a great remodel. And when you look at something and you're like, oh, it's just a cosmetic remodel versus it's a nightmare house, it's the same thing. We're still doing everything. We're still taking out the floors. We're still repainting the walls. It's kind of the same thing.
But you're just adding one extra step and that's it.
This one's got a few more now that we've run into them, but otherwise in the grand scheme of things, if you're doing a full remodel or a cosmetic remodel, if you're touching the walls, floors, updating vanities, I mean, sometimes you can get away with maybe refacing cabinets instead of replacing the cabinets, but the budget's kind of similar. I would say they're pretty similar. Unless you have catastrophic issues like your roof or your foundation or your plumbing. Plumbing is now my new big catastrophe. The foundation is, now I'm not scared of them anymore, but the underlying problem is what we need to be more worried about. And that in this situation was the plumbing. Same situation here with like we have in the master bedroom, we've got built-ins. Built-ins are kind of a sign of a dated house, so you want to do some sort of updating. So new fronts on them or open shelving or something to just make them look a little more modern. And in this case, we're gonna do shaker cabinet style to match the new kitchen cabinet. Let's see what's going on here. I think it's gonna probably be...
I bet it's a shower.
It's on the other side of this and that closet. It's just a little...
Yep, so that don't work, never mind.
All right, we have no toilet, which...
But we need new plumbing anyway, so...
Well, that's where they went. That's where which I'm glad I wasn't the one I don't want that job ever.
That job.
Yeah. And I don't know if I told you that they'd said, oh, we're gonna salvage the tub. It's a great tub. And I looked at it and I'm like, oh, I don't like it. So now I don't have any choice. I have to replace it, I said. So this cutout here, again, it kind of screams dated. So it's not terrible. It could have stayed and not had any problems, but when you go and you just do everything brand new, you just want everything to be new.
Why not everything?
Yeah, why not everything? Why leave one cabinet or one tub when you're already way deep in it?
What is up with you and little sticky doors?
I don't know. It's the foundation. It's not me.
Yeah.
The foundation did it. The Barbie room. I was looking at, I don't know if it was a video or a picture or something of this room. I'm like, that can't be the right house because it's a Barbie room, but I think it was just the color, but this is pink. Pink. So
coming from that first room that we walked into versus this one, like you could just tell everything just
something ain't right. It still isn't right. And this is post foundation repair.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
so we are not
taller over here.
We are not okay. So I'm gonna guess this is where they did some digging out, and yeah, we are not okay. So they will be coming back out, but I do want to address the water issue. I just feel like it's a never-ending battle with the foundation repair if we can't get to the root of the problem.
Yeah.
So
you have to fix it before you can repair, I guess.
And this is one of those times where I'm like, I'm pretty sure I told you guys this. All right, well now we got it. So yeah, I mean, it's so bad. And it's all in that front. It's all the front, that very front room. This room is adjacent to that room. So it's all in this one spot at least. The rest of the house is, I mean, you can see where they've done repair throughout the house. You can see the holes. I'm glad I'm not here on the days they do that because I think it would give me anxiety. There's always that moment of when everything's at this stage or when you're starting to put it back together where your gut just drops a little bit. You're like, oh, this is bad. I don't do it anymore, but I'll tell you, when there's dirt from the ground in your living room, sometimes it's a little overwhelming. Yeah. So did we look at all the rooms? Is that all? Do we have more rooms?
We actually did look at everything but the garage. We've never looked in the garage.
I don't think we've ever looked in the garage.
Let's go look.
All right. Now I'm scared now that we've never looked in the garage. Like, why have we never seen it?
Oh, wash and dryer area?
Yes. At least it's in the
good
house.
size.
I'm not a fan of them in the garage. The last one we just left on Rebecca Lane is in the garage. We built it in. It was just kind of sitting on a concrete pad, but we built a little cubby kind of like this for it. I personally wouldn't want to go to the garage, but...
Oh, I can see why we've never set foot in there.
I think this is from their demo. I would assume. Do we have power? We should have power. We should have power, but I don't know where it's at.
Yeah, we don't have power.
Brianna. Okay, so the garage is dark, and here's all of our, they're gonna come and trailer it out, and they'll take care of it all, but this is a lot of demo.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever been in here.
I know I haven't, that's for sure.
We're not missing a lot. I wonder if that's okay to vent right into the garage for your, you'd think that would go outside.
I have no idea, that's a good point.
I don't know. So, but yeah, the kitchen, you know, it's my favorite. I of course like the sink to look out the window whenever possible. I don't see any reason why this can't be extended. Cut this so we don't have this little knockout here and just go down the wall so you have some more cabinet space.
So I think that makes sense.
So we don't have a dining room though. This has to go for sure, because this is like definitely like impeding in your small kitchen, which you have already. Fridge, stove. They had the separate. So we had a stovetop and a wall oven.
Interesting.
We're not doing that. But this is one of those kitchens where you have to be really careful. When you open one thing, you don't bang into something else. Have you ever ran into this?
I have, yes.
Yeah, you're just like design flaw. So you just want to make sure that everything on paper looks good and then kind of walk it too. So yeah, this looks like fun. They're gonna have fun with the electrical. We got a lot of stuff to do here.
This is gonna be a really interesting house. It's actually a pretty good sized house too. What?
It is. It's bigger than the last one. It's bigger than Rebecca.
1,600?
Yeah, it's about 300 or 400 square feet bigger than the last one. So we've got the washer and dryer inside, and we also have that extra library, study room, whatever you want to call it, office. So that's kind of extra. And then the bedrooms, I would say, are probably a little bit bigger than.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Bigger, yeah.
So they have that going for it here. But this kitchen is one thing that I'm going to start working on here.
This is gonna be such a fun house, though.
You will.
After everything's said and done and brand new plumbing, this one's gonna be cool.
Yeah, brand new plumbing. Fun. It's hard to spend that much money on something you can't see. You want to see something like an accent wall or a great appliance or something. It's like, oh, your plumbing is new. I mean, it's great. It really is great, but you just can't see it. You just have to trust that it's
something tangible.
I know, but it's still a good thing to sell a house with. Everything will be taken care of, and that's the goal. We don't want any issues arising, especially during somebody's first couple of years of owning a home. You don't want them to have to go spend money and fix something, because I'm sure they've already been saving plenty of time for their down payment. The last thing they want is...
Especially on a house that is what I'm assuming is gonna be a pretty decent price point for this thing.
Yes, still entry level. So we might even be 300 or less. I want to say we were in that low 3s, maybe high 2s on this one. I have to consult my papers.
That'd be cool.
I have papers everywhere. I'm like, which house are we going to? So, but yeah, so this one's underway. We've got that little tiny house out in Decatur underway. We'll have to go take a look at that in a week or so. Arlington's wrapping up here in a couple weeks, and then we just got the 4 new ones. So next week you're gonna have to drive all over the place with me. Yeah, I'm just dying to see Arlington though. I really want that one finished.
The big Arlington? Okay. Yeah, I am dying to see that one.
Yes, we had a small hiccup. The painter had his wife was in a really bad accident, so we had to hold off on painting for a little bit, and I think he came back today.
Oh.
So, and she's okay. She's recovering right now, but it sounded pretty serious. So they are back to work today, and it's nice and cold for painting, but hopefully it'll warm up a day or two for us to get that completely painted. I am still working on some accents. I think we might do accents on the garage door.
Like the cedar accents? Oh, I love it.
I sent some ideas over to him, and I told him, like, I trust your design. Like, pick one of these. Where do you think it will work best in the budget? And so he's gonna shoot some ideas back at me, but I'm dying to see what that looks like. Completely black. Never done a black house before. I'm a little scared, but I'm also super excited. So we'll have that done, I think, 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be a good house.
Inside is gonna be 100% done next Friday.
Oh my goodness.
So then we got to do the outside, and then that stupid retaining wall.
Yeah, that wall's gonna be fun.
Somebody's gonna hate me when they're done with that, because they have to take all those railroad ties and get them to the front of the house to get rid of them, and then they have to bring all the stone.
It's not flat ground either. Like that's like, I mean, some of those are like 20 feet.
I wear my flat boots for that property when I go out in the yard because I'm gonna fall. But yeah, so that one's exciting. I'm excited for that one. And then this one will be right after it. If they can get the plumbing done, which I'm sure they're on it. So we've got a great crew working pretty much nonstop.
That's awesome.
They're in Decatur today and in Arlington today, so.
That's so exciting. Cool.
All right, I think that's all we have time for today.
Well, let's get out of here.
Okay, it's cold. Let's get out.
It is chilly.
It's chilly, it's freezing.